Hi everyone, I'm Pavel, and I'm going to be one of the mentors for the Be a Scientist program this year. I am super excited to seeing all of you in your lab sections, but before we jump into that, I want to give you a little bit of information about who I am and what got me interested in science. So, I come from a very exotic, far-off, mystical land known as Sunnyvale, California. It's about 5 minutes from San Jose. Since y'all are in the East Bay, you probably know where that is, but it's about 40 minutes south of Berkeley. And I am right now studying chemistry at UC Berkeley. And the thing that got me into science was that science is a really interesting way to look at things that we wouldn't normally be able to look at. There's all kinds of things around us that science can help us explain, but science is really good at helping us explain things that are really, really small, like the molecules that I study in my lab, or things that are huge, like the planets. Got some planets up here. These ones aren't particularly big. But the ones out in our solar system, we wouldn't be able to learn about if it wasn't for the tools that science gives us. So what got me interested into science? Well, when I was younger, I used to love to watch nature documentaries and go to the aquarium in particular. And so some of my favorite creatures are, in fact, ocean-dwelling. Um, and one thing that some ocean-dwelling creatures can do that is really, really cool is some of them have lots of different colors associated with them. And we can already see that my squid here and my hammerhead shark are sporting some different colors to begin with. But it's not just about the colors that they have. Some ocean creatures can actually glow. And I'm going to show you how that works with my friendly neighborhood jellyfish here. One of my favorite creatures that can glow is jellyfish. Now, this is not a real jellyfish, but it can glow in a very similar way to a real jellyfish. So let's see what happens when we turn off the lights. You can see the green color that's shining away from the jellyfish. And one of the things that I'm really interested in is taking some of the glowing colors that exist in many different kinds of animals and seeing how you can use them to light up animals and cells and all kinds of things that wouldn't normally glow. Glow sticks glow. That's why we call them glow sticks. And the same sort of thing that makes glow sticks glow, we also use in our lab in some of our research. All kinds of things will glow if you put them under a black light. Here's a kitty. This kitty has some threads that are going to shine for me when I shine this black light on them. I didn't even know they did that, but it's amazing how much glowing you can see if you just add some illumination. So, another type of thing that can glow is some special kinds of dyes. I have here with me a flashlight, and I'm going to use it to show you how a dye that I got that you can just order off of Amazon. You can use it to trace all kinds of water leakages in your house, and it actually glows not only in the same way that our dyes glow in lab, but we actually use this very same dye sometimes in our lab to study how cells work. So I'm going to show you how I can make this dye glow with a flashlight. Here's a bunch of this dye over here. If I shine a flashlight on it that's blue, it'll glow green. If I shine a flashlight on it that's green, it'll still glow green, but it's less intense of a green. And if I shine a flashlight on it that's red, it's not going to glow at all. You can see the red flashlight still in the bucket, but we haven't made any of that green glow that this dye had. And, even better, if I shine a flashlight on it that's white, which has all of the colors, we can see it glow green on the top, and all the rest of the colors pass through and look like that orange spot on the bottom. And so what we do in our lab is we will take these dyes and we will put them onto cells. I have here my socially distanced bucket cell model of science. And once we have put the dye onto the cells, we can then take pictures of them through a microscope. I've had to improvise a lot because of the shutdown. And based on how these dyes glow, how bright they glow, how long they glow, where they glow, and sometimes even what color they glow, we can figure out all kinds of information about what makes cells tick. I think that's pretty neat. And the cool part is that this is the same kind of dye that we would use in our very own lab to try and make things glow. So, I challenge you to see if you can find anything that might glow around your home, and if you can, what do you think you could use it for? Light bulbs glow. This one glows in a way that's really similar to some of the dyes that we use in lab. But you might know that there's actually 3 different kinds of light bulbs, and each of them glows in a different way. If you've got some different kinds of light bulbs at home, why don't you take a look at them and see how they might look different based on the different way that they glow. But enough about glowing things and that kind of science. What do I like to do when I'm not around in lab, looking at shiny, nice, pretty dyes? Well, I like to go out for hikes and get out into nature and go see wildlife, especially at our state and national parks. However, there's been some challenges associated with that during the current shutdown. And so, as with some of the dye things I showed you earlier, I have had to improvise a bit. The intrepid wilderness explorer has spotted something over in the bush. Let's follow him and see if we can get a closer look. It appears that he has spotted a young female tigress over by the fence. It is quite striking the way that her orange coat simply flares up in the sunlight and does nothing whatsoever to camouflage her against the green of the bush and the brown of the fence. It seems that she is heading closer to our researcher. Is there danger involved? She appears to want to try and eat the binoculars. Quite a curious dietary choice. Oh, and it seems a panther has come too. Yes, it is simply a feeding frenzy here today on this wilderness safari. Well, I've managed to find quite a bit of excitement in my own backyard, and I challenge you to go out around your home and see what kind of nature that you can find all around you. Even if you don't have pets, there's all kinds of bugs and birds and all kinds of neat things that you can find if you just go out and take a look around right where you are. I also like to play video games. My mom says I play too much. I try not to listen to her too much. And I also really, really, really like to sing my heart out. Let it go, and I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, that perfect girl is gone. And there you have it. I'm looking forward to chatting with some of you at your lab sessions on Zoom. And until then, keep it fun, keep it fresh, do some cool science, find me something that glows.